Hi everyone, I'm Anthony and I'm Head of Education for IdHAIR UK. So in this video today we're going to have a little bit of a play with some of our new Me products. So two of my favourite products in the range is our new Heat Protect and our fan favourite Serum Cream. So what we're going to do is create two different curl patterns. We've sectioned the head into two. On one side we're going to do a really sort of beachy lived-in wave, and on the other side more of a glamorous Hollywood kind of wave. So I'm going to start on the beachy side. So we're just going to take horizontal sections up the head and I'm going to spray some Heat Protect from root to tip. One of my favourite things about our new Heat Protect is a lot of heat protection sprays are quite a wet spray, whereas because ours is an aerosol, it's very light and dry, so you don't have to worry about it burning the hair when you apply any of your heated tools or tongs or straighteners or anything like that. So I'm going to put my straighteners in vertical. I'm going to do half a turn and then I'm going to push all the way down vertically to give me a really flat curl. And every time I do it I'm going to alternate the direction so that when I brush them out the curls don't all form together. So we're going to do that all the way up the head, making sure that the last ones that I finish on around the hairline are curling away from the face. So again, use Heat Protect. So Heat Protect will protect the hair up to 230 degrees. So straighteners in vertical, half a turn, and then push down. And because we're pushing down and not pulling it out, it almost leaves the ends a little bit straighter, so it makes it look a little bit more beachy. Heat Protect's great to use for this kind of thing as well because it does have a slight hold to it, so it helps keep your curl in place. So I'm just making sure, like I said, these ones on the front hairline are going away from the face. So straighteners in vertical, half a turn, and then push down. So because that one went away from the face, my next one's going to go towards the face. So every time we take a new section, I'm alternating the direction of the curl.
Come check this.
So now that I'm working on my last section on the top, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the straighteners in right of the root, otherwise I'll end up with a curl too high up. I always tend to start off around about the cheekbone. So if we come in a little bit lower and then start my curl a little bit lower down, it's a little bit more flattering. So I'm still alternating the direction of the curl. So one going away from the face and then one going towards the face. So I've finished curling this side. Just to recap what we've done. So we used our new Heat Protect in our Me range, and then we've used alternate sections, making sure to finish on the hairline curling away from the face. And what we're going to do is let that cool down while we curl the other side. So this is going to be the much more glamorous, much more volume, much fuller side. So we're working horizontal sections up the head. Again, a light mist with Heat Protect, comb that through. So we're going to put the straighteners in horizontally to create some root lift, a full turn, and then pull out slowly, just slightly angling the straighteners back away from the face. But what we're going to do is every section we're going to curl the same way, so when we brush it all out we'll have this really glamorous Hollywood wave. So you can see the difference just by the angle that I'm holding the straighteners. This side we've got a much more bouncy springy curl with a bit more volume at the root, whereas this side we've got a really stretched out elongated curl with a slightly straighter texture through the ends. Okay, so we've finished curling both sides of the head, and like I said, you'll notice this side, just by adding that extra half a turn and holding the straighteners horizontal, it's a much fuller, bouncier curl. Whereas this side, by pushing the straighteners completely vertical and only doing half a turn, we've got a much looser, beachy texture. So what we're going to do, on the beachy side, we're going to use Serum Cream, and I'm just going to use it in my hands to pull out that curl. I'm just using my fingers to separate, just to give it that really soft, lived-in texture. So you can see by just adding that half a turn, and keeping the ends a little bit straighter. It looks a lot more beachy. Now what we're going to do on the slightly fuller side is I'm going to apply just a little bit of serum cream through the midlands and ends, just to eliminate any frizz. And then I'm going to use a detangling brush to brush out the curl to form a much fuller, more glamorous wave. So you can see the difference. One side we've got a much smoother, lived in, more beachy texture. On the other side it's much fuller and more glamorous. Just using two of my favourite products from the New Me range. So we've used Heat Protect and Serum Cream. Hope you enjoy recreating it, and I hope you enjoy using the New Me product as much as I do. Thank you.